What's good guys, Tiger here, and today I thought it'd be a really cool idea to rate the best DLC guns in Call of Duty World War II. So we are coming towards the end of the COD World War II cycle. Black Ops 4 is nearly out, and I'm sure we are all excited to get hands-on on this game again after playing both the multiplayer and the Blackout beta. So I'd be very surprised if we saw any more DLC guns come out before Black Ops 4, so I thought it'd be a really cool idea to rate the best DLC weapons in COD World War II. So I'm going to name my top 8. I know that's a weird number, but I couldn't do a top 5 because there was just so many good ones. Now, I think we can praise COD World War II for the way that they've released DLC weapons. I think there is a good selection. I think the majority of them are all very different from each other. I think we have a really good selection now of weapons to choose from. Yes, some of them can be hard to unlock, but I think overall we should be happy with the way Sledgehammer have dealt with DLC weapons. And just to remind you guys that this list of 8 weapons, this is just my opinion. I can almost guarantee that they're going to be different to yours. This is just what I think of the weapons, but let me know in the comment section what you think of my list, or what your top 8 or just your favorite DLC weapon is. Okay, so coming in at 8th place is the weapon that you see in front of you. It is the PTRS-41. Now, this gun we last saw in COD 5, World at War. It was an awesome sniper then, and it is an awesome sniper now. Now, there has been lots of great DLC snipers in this game. We've had the Type 38, the lever action, the PTRS, the Delisle, and the 3-line rifle. A lot of them have been great for those dedicated snipers and trick shotters. But the reason why I've picked the PTRS as my favourite sniper is purely because I think anyone can use it, and that's why I like it, because the problem with snipers is that they can be quite hard to use. I know in COD World War II it's been fairly easy to use a lot of the weapons, especially a lot of the original weapons like the Kar 98K. When that was the best, that was very strong. You could easily hit people with that weapon, and now we've got the M1903, which is another very good sniper. But what I like about the PTRS and what makes it stand out from all the other DLC weapons is it literally will kill them no matter where you shoot them on the body. Plus, it is a semi-automatic sniper rifle as well. So the PTRS came out alongside the lever action. It came out during the Attack of the Undead event. Now, most people liked the lever action, and I understand why, because of the ADS time, and you can like get a lot of good shots off really fast at once. But if you're not that good of a sniper, then that's not really that helpful. That's why I like the PTRS, because you can easily kill them no matter where you hit them on the body, and I don't think that the ADS time is that much of a problem. And because it's semi-automatic, I feel like you can use it as a traditional sniper, as well as use it in a fast-paced scenario as well. Okay, the next weapon I have chosen is the Sten. The Sten is one of the very first weapons we ever got. It came out during the Winter Siege event, so I think we had this weapon in our hands by like December, I'm pretty sure, and it wasn't bad on release, but I think as time has gone on, I definitely think this gun has got better. It looks and feels very similar to the Type 100, but I just feel like it's so much more deadlier. It really does pack a punch, and if you pair it up with some good attachments, it can really do some damage. I think the Sten is an awesome weapon. I love the way it feels, and I just feel like it's a very versatile submachine gun. The ITRA Burst is a weapon we got either during the Resistance or Blitzkrieg event. I can't remember exactly, but we have definitely had our hands on this weapon for a while. I was so happy that they introduced a burst weapon into COD World War II, because I just think burst weapons in Call of Duty are just amazing. I love using burst weapons, and they really have been amazing guns throughout the Call of Duty history. If you consider like the M16, the FAMAS, the M8 in Black Ops, like there's just been so many good burst weapons, and the ITRA is no different. It's definitely a very good weapon. They tried to introduce it in competitive, but it was just too strong, and they just couldn't balance it correctly for it to be used. So I'm pretty sure it went under as a gentleman agreement, like everything else in this entire game. But I love the ITRA. I think if you're a good player with good accuracy, you can literally just devastate people with this weapon, and that's why it really is a skill weapon. I think if you do have top-notch accuracy with assault rifles, you can just do so much work, and it's the only reason why this weapon isn't any higher, because I don't think that every single player at every skill level can get the most out of this weapon. Okay, coming in at number 5 is the Volk, and this is another weapon we got really early. I think we got this weapon in the Resistance event. What was the second one? I'm not sure. We might have got it in the Winter Siege. So it was either the first or second event. This was an absolute monster when it first came out. This was definitely the best assault rifle when this gun first came out and we got it. It was just so dominant. It doesn't matter what attachments you had on it. It just absolutely wrecked. And it stayed pretty dominant throughout. It's definitely been nerfed and it's definitely been brought down a peg or two. But the Volk has stayed a very consistent and good weapon throughout COD World War II. A very good assault rifle, very good all-round weapon. Its fire rate and damage probably suits it at like close medium ranges. I think it can drop off slightly at longer ranges, but if you're playing hardcore or you're just burst firing very carefully, then this weapon is very, very dominant. Okay, coming in at 4th place is the MG81. This is an LMG. Now, I think COD World War II has been one of the best years for LMGs. If you like using these weapons, then I think just the way that COD World War II has been, the fact that it's very slow-paced, very hard to counter or outplay anyone, just meant that LMGs were very, very strong because they did deal a lot of damage. Now, the Lewis and the MG15 were awesome LMGs in the standard list of weapons, but the MG81 was a great addition as a DLC weapon. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this weapon came out during the Irish event. I can't remember exactly what it was called. I'm pretty sure that's when we got this gun. Now, I have to be honest, I wasn't sold on this weapon straight away. I thought it was too slow both to fire and just to use as a weapon. But as time has got on and I've got to use this weapon more, it definitely packs a punch and is a very decent weapon. You don't need to put a sight on it or anything like that. Just use it as you would like any other LMG and it just absolutely wrecks. A very, very dominant LMG. And it's nice to see that there has been a game in Call of Duty where LMGs have had some love. Even though I know a lot of people hate them, especially on shipment, I completely understand why. Okay, breaking into the top 3 of my favourite DLC weapons is the Nambu Type 2. This is another weapon that we got in the Attack of the Undead event. A very good and very accurate submachine gun. This is another weapon I wasn't entirely sold on when it first came out and I first got hands-on with. I definitely thought it was a good weapon, very, very well-rounded, a jack of all trades. You could put any attachment on this and it would do well. It's got low recoil, moderate fire rate, and mid-range combat capabilities. So even in the description, it sounds like it's an all-round weapon, and it definitely kind of looks and feels like a submachine gun version of the Volk with just a bit more fire rate and a bit more controllable recoil. But no, after getting some good time using the Nambu, it is definitely a very good submachine gun and is definitely a weapon I would recommend for the below average player because it is very accurate and very deadly. Okay, breaking into the top 2 is a weapon we haven't had our hands on that long, but this gun is deadly. It is the the AS-44. This gun is very similar to the AK-47 like we've had in a lot of other games. The way it looks, the way it feels, it's probably why it's just so damn good. Now, its iron sights are very similar to the ITRA Burst. It has a bit of initial recoil, but it really does pack a punch. It's a very, very deadly weapon. If you're able to get your hands on this weapon before Black Ops 4 comes out, definitely make the most of using it. It's a very, very good weapon. Other Call of Duty YouTubers are not clickbaiting you with how this gun performs. It is definitely a top tier weapon, a very good assault rifle, and something that can definitely compete with the other top tier assault rifles like the Volk, like the STG, like the BAR. It is a very, very good weapon. Definitely recommend using it, and very well rounded. I'm sure anyone at any skill level could use this weapon and do well with it. Okay, so coming in at 1st place and being described as the PPSH killer is the Proto X1. Not only did this gun come with a pretty awesome dark matter camo, what looks awesome as you can see here, it really does pack a punch. This gun is very deadly, and even though it is one of the latest weapons, I can comfortably say that this is my favourite DLC weapon. It really does wreck. I recommend anyone to use this. The camo on it is just awesome. It feels so good. You do not need a sight on it. Use it as it is. It has pretty low recoil, probably less than the PPSH, and it just does some awesome, awesome damage, guys. Honestly, please use this weapon if you can. If you've got the armory credits, use it to buy this. This is another weapon that you're not being clickbaited by other YouTubers. I really recommend using it, guys. In the description, it says it has 6 damage, 6 range, 5 accuracy, and 8 fire rate. That is pretty high. To have a weapon that does 6 damage and has an 8 fire rate is really good. That's the same for the PPSH. However, the PPSH has 1 less range and 1 plus accuracy. What I don't agree with, because I think the Proto is probably more accurate than the PPSH, in all honesty. Now, what's made the PPSH so good despite its stats is that it has a pretty high magazine size of a standard 35. Now, that is 11 less than the Proto, what has 24, but this weapon is still very good. The reload time isn't long at all, and if you put extended mags on this weapon, it bumps it up to 36, and I would recommend extended mags. In my opinion, the best class for the PPSH was quick draw, grip, and advanced rifling. I think for the Proto X1, I would go for quick draw, grip, and extended mags. This gun really does pack a punch, guys, and I cannot recommend it enough. Now, the honorable mentions for this video is the VMG 1927 LMG. Now, the reason why I haven't rated this weapon is purely because I have not unlocked it and I have not had the chance to really test this weapon. I have been able to pick it up a few times and it has felt really good. I know a lot of YouTubers think it's really good as well, but I really didn't want to rate it. I just haven't had enough time using this weapon and I didn't want to lie or just kind of guess where I thought this was. I really do swear by my list. This is just my opinion on this list. Obviously, like I said at the start of the video, it's going to be completely different to your list. And let me know what you think of this LMG as well, the VMG 1927. When I've had the chance to use it, it's been pretty good, but I just haven't had enough time to use it. Now, the other honorable mention is the Claymore melee weapon. Now, I know melee weapons are just like cosmetic differences. They don't really make much difference. It's not silly, it's not stupid like some melee weapons, especially in other games like Black Ops 3. There's some really stupid options there. The Claymore is just dope. Like, it's a motherfucking sword. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just really cool. It makes a really cool swish sound when you swing it, and I really think you couldn't ask for more for a melee weapon. I think it's just absolutely awesome. Now, if you're interested in Call of Duty coaching, guys, for $5 a month on my Patreon page, I do 2 live streams a month, where if you're a patron, you get to send in your gameplay to me, and I will review it on a live stream. Also, if you are in the chat while I'm live, I'll invite you into a Skype chat, and we can go over your clips together to help you best improve at this game. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, consider subscribing. But that is all from me today, guys. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.